Hey, gun people. This is a pretty good little demonstration. Couple things. This was posted by UF Pro, and I think they have a Facebook page. Um, UF Union Frank Uniform Foxtrot, however you want to say it, Pro PRO. So they did a pretty good job in demonstrating some issues, and most gun takeaways are kind of universal. I think I go over some of these when I was working with my nephew and try to show a couple gun takeaways. This is basically the grab stacked to the side, whatever side you're going to do opposite. Let's take a look at this and watch why this guy gets shot. Okay, so he got shot there because, and they're using simunitions, ammunition. Law enforcement uses this to clear houses, to do houses. It shoots a little rubber, but it still hurts, gives you a little bruise, especially if you get straight on skin. They've got eye protection and heads for all little safety sallies. Oh, that's dangerous. Shut up, you big dummy. So, the reason why he got shot here is he went for the gun without moving. You have to do it at the same time, and I stressed that when I did it. You can't reach for the gun, then move. You can't move, then reach for the gun because he'll track you. It has to be one quick move, and that's why he ended up taking a round here. Now, if you notice, he grabbed the top of the slide on a semi-automatic, like I said. He's disrupting the cycling process so another bullet isn't going to load. Now, when you can temporarily disable a guy's gun like this, most crooks don't change tap and rack when they're gun jams. It's going to take them a second to figure out he doesn't have a round in the chamber and he needs to rack that slide, which is why I push the slingshot method, because it's the same as loading it. It's a large muscle group. You become proficient with it. You practice it when you load magazines, etc. But most crooks don't practice. So in the time it takes this guy to figure out that my gun is jammed and I need to get another round in the chamber and rack the slide, if you have a gun, you can usually get it out and put 2 to 3 rounds on the subject before he figures out his gun's even unloaded. So grabbing the slide, and I got another video where I actually grab the top of the slide and fire around and show you how to do this. But grabbing the slide disrupts the feeding process, the ejection process, and it caused a jam. So that's good. But he got shot. And he got shot again. Again, he's moving and not grabbing quick enough. You want to get out of the line as you're coming up to block the gun, so if it tracks, then your hand can push it, and then you get out of the way. Disrupts the rounds, good. But he got shot in the shoulder. And he misses the round that time. Why? Because he moved and grabbed the gun. Now, this is kind of a little of an, I wouldn't say unfair demonstration, but it's giving the shooter a quicker response time than this. Most shooters are not standing there with the finger on the trigger ready to shoot. They're hollering orders, they're pointing at you, they're pointing at other people, they're distracted, they're yelling. They're not ready to shoot. So that's going to give you a little bit of a tenth of a second delay or half a second or whatever you want to say. You're going to have the jump on him, so his shot's not going to be going off. In this scenario, he knows he's going to shoot. He knows the guy's going to move. So that decreases his reaction time. Remember, action's always faster than reaction. The suspect is ready to act when this guy moves, so he's ready to shoot, so it's going to increase his time. Overall, a good little video. And he gets out of the way, causes the jam. Good. Shot evaded. From there, there's a few things you can do. You can roll back, you can roll in. The gun can't shoot you now, so if you get in the line of sight, it's not that big of a deal. Basically, twist the barrel at the guy, and it'll break his finger and go on. Now, what I didn't, after he gets the gun here, he just twists the gun out of the hand. He just does a rack. I would have done a tap and rack. Sometimes when you're grabbing guns and taking away, the magazine button gets pressed. The magazine may or may not fall out. If you always practice tap, meaning hit the bottom of the gun with your flatted palm of the hand and reseat the magazine, then rack, You, again, reinforce large muscle groups. You reinforce when I have a jam, I always tap and rack. Somebody's going to say, well, that takes a second and a half, and if you don't need to, you shouldn't. And I was taught by a dude on YouTube that if you just give him the gun and once you get away, if you go to pepper spray, you don't need to kill him, and that's the... Shut up, you freaking idiots. All right, I digress. Let me get back to good training here. Notice, I just picked up something else. I want you to notice the poor criminal who gives up and goes to his knees and just holds his hands up. That normally don't happen in real life, but for the demonstration purposes, it happened here. Please don't shoot me, kind citizen. I just tried to kill you. All right. Scenario 2, front head. Now remember, when you're doing this headshot, if you go up, you need to be going down. So as the body goes down, the hands go up. It has to be a very quick movement. Remember, this guy knows he's going to try and take the gun. He's ready to shoot. He's thinking shoot. He's not thinking of anything else. He's not hollering commands or nothing. So his reaction time is going to be a little bit faster. So don't think you have to be really fast and perfect to make this work. This works, and I mean, it's not that hard if you practice a couple times, even if you don't ever practice it. If you move down and up at the same time. And I think he got shot. Oh, right in the head. It's just a flesh wound. You'll be all right. Roll Charlie around. He'll be all right. This time, he doesn't get the round off. I still don't think he dropped low enough quick enough. He should be dropping lower. But you notice when he grabs that gun, it's much quicker. He got shot right in the face on that one because he didn't drop. He went to the side that time. That's okay. He moved and then hit the gun, grabbed the top of the barrel, and then twist the gun into the suspect. You'll notice a lot of weapon takeaways are twisting the gun barrel of the suspect, and usually you will get rid of the gun. Single action versus double action. Is there that much of a difference? I don't think it is, but double action is going to take a little bit longer to pull the trigger. The key to all gun takeaways is get out of the line of fire while you're grabbing for the gun. Again, he racks around. He doesn't tap to reseat the magazine. I would practice that way. Low back. Now remember, when I was teaching this, I said, some guys will touch you with the gun. They like to poke you and push you when they take somebody with a gun. Some don't. If they don't, when I raise my hands, I tend to either stall or work backwards because I want to know where the gun's at. If it's high, my arm's going to be here. If it's low, I'm going to drop my elbow when I turn. So you need to know where the gun's at before you spin. Now he's doing a roll and trap. That's okay. I usually go for the gun on two-handed on that one. That doesn't disable the gun. If he pulls away when you do this, he's going to have a gun that's loaded and operational. So you better hang on to that gun, good. Again, you notice he's not moving the gun out of the way. If you keep your hand up and hit that gun with the wrap, he's kind of moving in. And there's nothing pushing this gun out of the way. I like keeping my hands up and actually making contact with the hand with my forearm, elbow, bicep, something. I'm hitting that hand, and then when I make contact, then I can do the wrap and grab because I already have contact with the gun. But I think it tends to push the gun out of the way quicker. Any way that works, hey, even if he shoots you and you turn fast enough, you're probably not going to get hit hard. Spinning the gun into the person, he racks with no tap. Again, if you practice tap and rack, you always reinforce good muscle memory and good gross motor skills. All right, I thought this was a pretty good little video. It was posted on Think Like a Cop on Facebook. If you want to view the whole video, they have nice music and everything. But this is just my little critique on it. All right, we'll end that there.